Hey, we're back. We're doing another video today on the BMX Butte. So today we're going to try and get the paint stripped off them. So it's looking a bit manky. And since I wanted to paint stuff anyway and I want black forks, we're going to try and give them a paint. We're going to try and give these a paint. And then I think I put a comment on saying we're going to have a look at painting that. Depends how well the paint strips off these two bits. Also, we're going to take the seat off that and maybe get out a lick of paint and cleaning up as well. So, yeah. First, we'll get them cleaned up and we'll see how we get on. So we're going to use, it isn't that, it's actually a muck off. So we're going to give it a good clean first with this jazz and try and get all the grease off and stickers off and everything else. And yeah, see how that goes. Next, try and skim these stickers off. Obviously we're not too bothered about scratching any paint, but I want the paint stripper to be able to get into the paint, so we're not bothered about it scratching the paint there. Just want to make sure we've got all the plastic off. Spin. Now we've got all the stickers pulled off. I'm going to give it a little go over with this brush. I don't know if it make a difference, but I'm going to scratch it up a little, well, try to, and see then if it helps the paint stripper penetrate a bit better. Don't know if that's a thing or not, but we're going to have a see. But yeah, that did work a fair bit. It scratched some of it out quite well, or scuffed it up a fair bit. Now we're going to give this TX10 paint stripper a go and see if it helps remove the paint so we've got a nice clean surface to paint up. Let's see how that goes. Oof, it's like blooming glue. Let's get a bit of a dab on that. I would recommend wearing gloves when you're putting this stuff on. I don't have any, so don't copy me without having any on. But I would probably say it's best to wear them. Maybe a mask too. Don't smell of anything though that I can smell. I'm just going to slap loads on. Slap loads on. In and around everywhere. I don't know if you can see, we've got plenty on there. I'm going to leave it a little while, see what it does. Fingers crossed. It's nice and easy. I'll wait for that to dry. We'll get all this off here. I've just took the plug out the end there and plenty of rusted water in it. So I'll just get this one out now. Bar ends. That's out. Oh, lots of rusty water coming out of there. I'm just going to get something to cut these grips off with. Have a cut towards you. Still not learned my lesson, have we? Oh, come off. Lovely. That's one, two. Off. Get these out of there somehow now, though. I couldn't actually get that bar end out. So instead, I've shoved it all the way down. All about wanting to try and save some money here, so yeah, shoved it all the way down, given a hose out because there was a full of rust. Now I'm going to get these stickers off. So we've got them cleaned up. This looks like it's starting to take effect. I think it's a lot of hassle, but we'll have to see how it turns out. I think for these, I'm tempted to just sand them down. Obviously that stuff seems to be taking a while. But the bars, this is quite dented up, so how well it'll grip I'm not sure when we fit them back on. So maybe it's worth just sanding it all down instead and go from there. Okay, so I know it's not the right thing to use probably, but solvent, give it a wipe over with this, and then I reckon I'm gonna sand it up then. So just try and get all the muck off. Any of the glue left over from the stickers. This should do the trick. 1, 2. So I'm gonna give it a split. Don't need all that to start, do we? And then let's give them a sanding down. Oh, that's very coarse. So yeah, with how coarse that is, stripping the paint straight back is that. So maybe using the stripper was a waste of time. So while we've been sanding that off, let's have a see. This is looking to be peeling up quite good. So yeah, we'll leave that a bit longer. So we've gone for the sanding option on this, so we're going to see which works better before we attempt the frame. I've only gone down to the metal where there was quite bad spots of rust. So I'm going to give these a quick clean up and then see if I can find somewhere to paint them. Seems to be coming off all right with that, so I'm going to crack on with trying to peel that off. Okay, here we go. We've got some Halford Special grey primer, and we're going to get on with getting some paint on these. Then we'll see where we're at, flip it over, then have a go at black. Obviously we've got ourselves on high quality mask, we've got ourselves high quality spray booth outside, well ventilated. So let's go. That's the first coat down. Made sure we've got a nice even coat all over. So we're on this high quality spray booth out in the Gizarden. Probably not recommended to do it near stuff like this, but we've got most of the paint off that with one coat. That's just soaking again. Yeah, we're finally getting stuff painted. Oh yeah, seems to dry super fast. So yeah, we're going to gently flip it over. Place it back down gently. You don't want to chip any of that glorious primer colour off. And let's get another coat down. Bit of wind there, so we'll give it a second. Obviously you wouldn't usually be this close, but we're outside, it's quite windy. There we have it. I'm not going to go too crazy with it, because obviously we've got black to go on yet. Just done it enough to try and cover up the spots, obviously where we've sanded quite low down. Try and get through the rust. It's not going to be the neatest job. I'm sure you can see close up there that there's marks in it and things like that, but for now I just want some black bars without spending a fortune. Got the paint because we were planning on painting the red forks, which would have gone a bit further in, but yeah, we're quite happy with that. We've got a little watcher. He's a bit more camera shy than Mooney. She loves to get involved, but we're ready for the black now. If anyone knows, we recently moved in here in beautiful fiancée Lucy, and we bought loads of tins of this to spray some cupboards in the house, so it's left over. Fingers crossed it'll do the job, and yeah, we'll get some clear coat over it and I would imagine it's fine. Let's go with the black. So if you've ever painted stuff before, know not to go too thick with your first coats to make sure we don't get any runs. Just put a light coat over it for now, something for the colour to stick to. Should also probably sand in between if you want a nice smooth finish, but we're not too fussed about that because it's going to get crashed around the skate park. So yeah, there's one little light coat done. Second little coat. There's 2 coats down. I'm going to let that dry quite a bit this time before we flip it, with it being the colour. Obviously, I don't know if you can see there, but you can see sanding marks in it and things like that. I went quite heavy with the sandpaper, but like I say, we're not after perfection. It's all going to look better than it did when it got to us anyway, so yeah. Let's let that dry a minute. While that's drying off, let's talk about the frame. Obviously, with how this is going, I think we're definitely going to give this a paint. Get the stickers off and try and find some new ones, but it does have Verdi engraved in the top there, so worst case scenario, I might not bother. Maybe get some JTA stickers on. But yeah, colours wise, I was thinking maybe a purple, dark purple, or fiance really likes Tiffany things, and they're quite into that Tiffany blue. I've seen like Yamaha do a similar colour on their wheels on the motorbikes. I quite fancy maybe that colour. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. We'll see what we can do with that. Being outside, this seems to have dried quite quickly, or to the touch anyway, so we're going to flip it over, try and get the other side now. Obviously carefully, we don't want to chip any of that black we've got now. So yeah, let's go. Give that a minute and then we'll do another coat. So we forgot to film putting the next coats on. It's a little bit windy. Also trying to race the rain, so let's keep going. We're looking good. Even though it's very windy, we're doing well for not getting stuff in. Maybe the wind is keeping it away. I think we might have got a little bit of a blooming cat air in there, but we're looking good. We're looking very good. So we'll give that a good while to dry. While we do, might try and flick some of this off. Come back to that in a bit, let it really set for a bit. And then, yeah, let's get back to this. Seems to have got most of the paint off. So we're going to get this out of here, pop it on the ground and give it a wash off. Try and get rid of that and see what's left. Trusty cleaner, fuck off. I don't know if this is the right way or not, but it's the way that's happening, so. That seemed to have worked brilliantly. There's obviously a few bits of paint left around, which now we're going to use trusty wire brush just to scrub all these last bits out. And then, yeah, we'll get to painting them as well. So let's go. The battery died whilst I was cleaning these up. But I've given them a sand down. Sanded down the more rusty parts. There's still a little bit on around there, but it's proving difficult to get off. So we're going to go with that. We've give the handlebars a flip over and another coat. So yeah, just why we put this on charge for a little bit longer. I'm going to get this masked up because I don't really want to knock it off. The crown race bit looks to be in good nick. I don't know if I need it off or not for the new headset, but either way, let's get on with painting that. Got this masked up because I've not took the crown race off just because I don't really have anything to put it on or off with. These have been sanded down, ready for grey primer. Let's go. Done just a nice light dusting over. It wants to focus. So let's keep going. Got one nice even coat on there. Again, we are fighting with this potential rain that's coming. So we're trying to go quite quick, but we've got a coat on there, looking nice and even. So we'll let that dry a minute and then we'll get another coat on. There's a bit of a dent there, unfortunately, but like I say, it's going to be a cheap, nice, fun little BMX. With how smooth this is starting to look, I think this is probably the best option for the frame. Definitely, I'm going to paint that now. So finding somewhere to house these for a little while is going to be fun, but yeah, let's keep going. Looks to be dried up, so it's time for some coats of black. First coats of black down. Obviously we only put light dusting on, so you can still see primer through it at the minute. Yeah, it's going well. The bars are looking great, they're really drying up well. Obviously if you look really closely, you can see the imperfections where they're rusted, eaten in and stuff like that, but with coat of lacquer on, they should be good. Try and get these up to a good standard today as well, and yeah, we're ready to just get some bits and try and get a rebuilt up then. Really happy with how that's come out. Obviously minus the bit of a dent in the side there, but looking really good. Popped a few more coats on. I think now we just gotta let it set for a bit and we'll get on to clear coating on the handlebars and this. Wish me luck, because clear coating has never gone well for me before in the past. So let's give this a whirl. Looks ready, so yeah, let's see. Looking nice and glossy so far. That bugger of a dandelion then blowing at it. I'm going to call the forks done. They are looking class. Proper stoked with how they've turned out. They are a bit rough on close inspection, but for what we'll be using them for making a bike that essentially cost me nothing to start with, I think that is a pretty damn good result from how they looked before. Obviously they were that colour, rusted up. Now they're looking class, so just the bars left to do. So what we've done here is, whilst we're letting the forks dry, I've painted with some clear coat just where the grips are going to go. Clamped it in here, put the forks over there to dry. Now we'll get some clear coat on these while they're in the vise, because it's a bit sticky and it doesn't dry too quick. So let's get these done. There we go, folks, all done. These are now black, made up with it, proper, happy with how they've turned out. Obviously close up you'll be able to see there is some marks in them, but from how it was, can't complain. So next up, obviously we're going to try and probably get a new stem now, some new grips, bar ends, forks are looking amazing, obviously thanks to Halfords. The seat post we couldn't unfortunately do because I don't have what's needed to take out the nut in there. Won't focus, but there's a nut in that. I don't have the star tool. So yeah, what we're thinking, a dark purple or a teal colour, like a Tiffany kind of colour. That's what I think I want to go for, but what do you guys reckon? If you guys have any recommendations, put it in the comments. But yeah, they're looking class. Now the trouble is trying to find somewhere to keep it all. Until then, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. We'll be working on the Saracen, fingers crossed, next. And yeah, have a good one.